There's an interventricular foramen. See, at the right angle, you'll see light coming through it. You see that?
Yeah.
That's an interventricular foramen, and the same sort of oblique angle will show it on the other side, too.
Okay.
Okay, so that says that that way is toward the third ventricle, so this must be the more anterior side.
So that's more anterior, but you see the interventricular foramen.
Yeah, now you should be able to identify the interventricular foramen, and keep in mind that there's two of them, one for each lateral ventricle. See, so at the right angle, you'll see the hole. You see that? That's it. That's the left interventricular foramen. On the other side, there's the right one.
Did you have to say it's the left and the right?
No. So what are these cavities over here? Yeah, lateral ventricles. Now, what's that right over there? That's not in the plano section, but you see that a little further back, that item obliterates the lower part of the lateral ventricle, so that only this part will be left. What must that be? Now think about the fact that there's the third ventricle back there. So what must these be?
Can you show mass intermediate?
Well, not quite, no. There.
What did you say before?
What? Yeah, the thalamus.
Finally.
Yeah, the left thalamus and the right thalamus. And you see, we're just a little anterior to where the thalamus is going to fill in the bottom of the lateral ventricle, only leaving this upper part. So here we still have anterior horns of the lateral ventricle. But back here, we have the bodies of the lateral ventricle.
The llamas.
Yeah, because back here you will see the thalamus flanking the third ventricle.
Oh, me too.
In the middle. Okay, and then notice that we see less head of chordate and more putamen, and then
Well, we could see the external capsule too.
yeah. So this one we actually saw that previously.
Oh,
We can see
paying attention.
claustrum, an external capsule, an extreme capsule, and insula. What's this?
Temporal and near
Yeah.
apex.
Yeah, very near the pole. It's better to say pole rather than apex.
Apex is
Yeah,
the nose.
The pole is the apex of the lobe. So, but its proper name is pole.
we can write
But
apex.
geometrically, it is the apex of the lobe.
Okay.
Can you
But
show it
it's
over here?
officially in anatomical terminology called the pole of the lobe.
Right. Yeah.
So there are poles, just as there are poles of the ventricles, there are poles of the frontal lobes and poles of the occipital lobes and poles of the temporal lobes also. Okay. So,
Wait, we didn't see it. Can you show us?
Can you show it here?
yeah,
Yeah.
there's the
Like
thalamus.
wings.
Thalamus.
Like inside?
Yeah, that's right. So this is not a section through the thalamus. Yeah, since this is a fairly thick slice, you're looking into the slice and you see the front surface of the unsectioned thalamus.
Alyssa hates my scat.
So in other words, just a little behind this, on the flip side of this, you will see a slice through the thalamus on each side, and the thalamus you see is about to fill in the bottom of the lateral ventricle, only leaving this part. So here we still have an anterior horn of the lateral ventricle.
Wait, and where is the interventricular foramen? That's
You see a hole over there? That's the left one. On this side is the right one.
okay.
And they're connecting these lateral ventricles with the third ventricle, which I'll show on the flip side. Okay? So I want to show the flip side of this.
That's our classmate. Here.
Okay, so now,
You hit it?
I think for this one I should open this up. Let's see, this one can use some fluid.
That one's thirsty.
Okay, now I will just reposition this. Oops, so here we go again.
Oh no.
And we'll just, take this. I just want to wipe it off a little bit. I think wiping it will be sufficient.